This segment brought to you by SureCrop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
My name is Dr. Ignacio Ciampitti. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Agronomy, cropping system specialist at Kansas State University. Today we are in the Rosefield field day. My idea is I will be discussing with many of our farmers about changes on looking at practices for different crops. But more specifically, we will be discussing about soybeans and corn. So if we look at soybeans, and specifically if we discuss about what are the potential practices maximizing or helping us to improve profits, we look at a review, on all the practices, and we highlight the use of narrow rows. It's one of the practices that is helping us to capture more light and help us in fighting with the weeds. And the second point is also looking at seeding rates. Many times we don't discuss soybean seeding rates, but if we are in a very low productivity environment, those soybeans usually take longer to cover the canopy, and many times they will grow really slow. So increasing seeding rates in some of the really poor environments, it might be a good idea to start increasing and obtaining more yields. When we are discussing about corn, in this case, looking at seeding rates is another factor that we need to emphasize. And in corn, when we're looking about seeding rates, we did some analysis and in collaboration with Pioneer, and some of the data that we collected and we summarized, in a very nice publications, they are looking at optimal seeding rates really vary with the different yield environments. If a farmer is farming in less than 120 bushels, optimal seeding rates will go from 18,000 to 20,000 plants. When we are moving to high yield environments, 150 bushels, then optimal seeding rates start increasing, and we are moving from 24,000 plants per acre. Ultimately the point is that optimal seeding rate changes with environment. If you are in an irrigated field and you're trying to maximize yields, optimal seeding rates needs to go up to make sure that you capture more light, improve biomass, and basically make sure that you maximize your yields. These are some of the things that we will be discussing here, and these are some of the key topics in trying to improve management for corn and soybeans. Drought this year, particularly if we are looking at the eastern part of the state, the impact and the timing of the drought was impacting specifically corn yields. And when we're looking at corn, one of the main impacts of the drought is impacting on ear size, except, this is just an example of a really good irrigation. Many times, drought is impacting the size of the ears, and the other thing that we are also looking on in some of the plots that were impacted by drought and heat is that many of the kernels in the upper section are aborted. So you shouldn't be misled by the size of the ears. You should be opening always and make sure that you see how many of those kernels are retained. And in drought and heat was basically impacting the maximum kernel number and the retention of those.
Perfect.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
No, soybeans, when you're looking at soybeans in this environment, soybeans and in terms of a drought, in terms of timing, the drought for soybeans was coming kind of too early, and the heat the same. So if we are turning into lower temperatures with more precipitation in the next couple of weeks, we might obtain really good yields because soybeans will define 50 or 40% of the yields by mid-August to mid-late September. So that means that we still have some time to really go and get really good yields on soybeans, because most of the definition of soybeans is connected to what will be the final seed weight.
Hi, I'm Kim Mandering with Hardy Insurance. I'm here to help you with all of your farm and ranch needs. When it comes to protecting your operation and your family, you need a name you can trust at a price you can afford. Call me today or visit hardyaviationins.com.